Disappointing loss. We had some great opportunities to take control of that game and win it. They got going. They were able to come up with some loose balls late, and then they made key shots. And our execution rate wasn't great. This being our last game, I don't want to dwell on the toughness of this loss. I want to choose to dwell on just how proud I am of our group, where we started, the progress that was made during the season, and these outstanding young men and what they mean to our program and to the university. And so with that, we'll open up to questions.
Okay. We'll start over here on the left, second row.
Coach Don with Right for California. Question for Jaylon really quickly. You had 16 points in the first half, 2 in the second. What was Stanford showing you in the second half that maybe cut into that?
It was a good team. I didn't come out as aggressive as I should have been. Hats off to them. Good defense.
Staying here in the second row.
Jim McGill with Bear Insider. Mark, you guys managed to get a lot of good open looks in the first half and in the opening minutes of the second half. What changed about being able to get those open looks? Because it seemed like every shot that went up was really highly contested.
Yeah, I think it was probably a combination of two things, and I'll go back and study the tape and look at it. But it was probably a combination of two things. Number one, they upped up their defensive energy and their intensity. And then our ball movement in the first half was probably 10 out of 10. The ball didn't move as well in the second half as it did in the first. And so we'll go back and look at that. But a function of not as good a ball movement on our side and better defense on their side.
On the right side here, second row.
Grant out of One Channel Tree. Mark, how much of a difference did it make for you guys late in the game having Fardos out? How did that change things for you offensively?
That hurt. Yeah, that hurt. Even with that, we've had guys stepping up all year. When someone goes down with an injury, when someone goes out with fouling out of a game. And so that definitely hurt because Fardos does such a great job of controlling the glass. Great voice on the back line. Even with that, we fought, we battled, we came up a little bit short.
On the left here, third row.
Roman Krejcik from the San Francisco Chronicle, Jalen Cone. That second half drive, you guys had, as Mark said, functioned so smoothly on offense for most of the game. What changed? How did it feel when you guys suddenly couldn't make a shot?
Like Coach said, the ball kind of stuck in the second half, and we wasn't playing with as much pace, getting out in transition that second half, and we slowed the game down, and it worked to their advantage. We're just a more athletic team than they were, and faster team, so I definitely would say the pace of our offense definitely slowed down.
Now on the right side, third row.
Ben Parker, CardinalSportsSmart.com. Just for Mark, just talk about what's been the key to you kind of bringing new energy and life to this Cal program. They were in a very different spot a year ago. Just kind of what's been the key to your turnaround and kind of instilling belief and just kind of your culture and imprint on this program in year one?
Yeah, I would say there's many different factors to go into that. But number one, Cal as a university and Cal as an athletic department has a huge desire for excellence, to be great, to compete at the highest level. And so I felt that. I felt that support, number one, from administration, number two, from the university, and number three, from the great players that were here at Cal and the great players that we brought in. And so it's been an absolute team effort, and we made some modest strides this year, and we want to take this thing to a much higher level, a much more competitive level. But I'm incredibly proud of these players. I'm incredibly proud of them. That's what I told them in the locker room. There were a lot of naysayers at the start of the season. I think they predicted us to finish 11th or 12th, and we finished much better than that. And that's because we had a lot of guys with a lot of heart that battled and fought and had some success.
Staying on the right side, front row.
Mark Jose Romero from Arizona Republic. You played in this conference, you've now coached in this conference. As the conference comes to where it is, what do you think about when you look back on just that experience and being part of the Pac-12?
I think we went through all the emotion earlier in the year when we got word that the Pac-12 was going to dissolve. And there's, we all have feelings on it. I have great memories in the Pac-12. I grew up watching a lot of these schools, UCLA, USC, Stanford, Cal. I played in the conference, made a lot of good friends on the teams I played on, and on the teams that I played against. You know, it's funny, I see a lot of the guys I played against in the Pac-12. You run into them randomly. And so it's a shame that the Pac-12 is coming to an end, but every university is going to go their own way and blaze a new path.
Left side, third row.
For both players, how will you reflect on this season? Obviously, as has been written and Mark was just asked, you know, the program made significant strides, but obviously didn't end the way you want, not just tonight, but the last 4 games. How will you sort of look, how does that affect the way you'll remember this season?
I'd definitely say the program took a step in the right direction. And this season, I mean, for me personally and everybody on the roster, it made everyone better. Everyone on the roster grew at some point in the season and became a better player and a better teammate. So I just look back at the season as a positive. Even though it didn't go the way we wanted, everybody grew in some shape or form. So
I'd like to add on that. With this team, this is probably the closest team we've ever been a part of. Just off the court, you know. I built lifelong friendships here, you know. Not only players, but with the staff. This is the closest staff I've ever been with. I've been to 3 universities, and this is the closest, the best head coach I've ever played for in my life. You know, I know for a fact, with this man in charge right here, that this program's going to go to heights that it's never been to. I can bet the bank on that. But from an individual standpoint, you know, just keep taking strides, keep getting better, you know, keep God first, and just keep going, you know. That's really all, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.